The battle over the Durbin Amendment, how it affects consumers and businesses. In this video, we will discuss the Durbin Amendment, a part of the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. This amendment has significant implications for debit card users and how much they pay for their cards. We will explore the background of the amendment, its two main components, and the arguments for and against it. Additionally, we will examine how the amendment has impacted businesses and consumers. Background: the Durbin Amendment was passed in 2010 as part of the Dodd-Frank Act, a response to the 2008 global financial crisis. Its purpose was to make the financial system safer and prevent a repeat of the crisis. The amendment created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to ensure fair treatment of consumers by financial companies. However, it also introduced regulations that affected debit card transactions. The interchange fee. One aspect of the Durbin Amendment is the regulation of interchange fees, which are fees paid by merchants to the issuing bank for each debit card transaction. The fee is capped at 0.05% of the total transaction, plus a flat fee of 21 cents and an additional penny for fraud protection. This fee is known as the interchange fee or swipe fee, although it is more complex than a simple swipe fee. Impact on banks. The Durbin cap affected banks with assets of $10 billion or more, which were the banks that received taxpayer bailouts in 2008. Smaller banks were not subject to the cap. This regulation aimed to reduce fees for merchants and, in turn, potentially lower prices for consumers. Unaffiliated debit network routing. The second part of the Durbin Amendment requires card-issuing banks to use at least two unaffiliated network sources for debit card transactions. This provision promotes competition among networks, potentially reducing fees for merchants and consumers. By offering more routing options, merchants can choose the most cost-effective path for their transactions. Arguments for and against the Durbin Amendment. Supporters of the Durbin Amendment argue that it prevents a monopoly in debit network routing, lowers interchange costs for businesses, and promotes transparency in the U.S. bank card acceptance market. They claim that the amendment has saved consumers money, created jobs, and increased the availability of free checking accounts. Opponents of the amendment argue that the savings from lower interchange fees have not been passed on to consumers. They claim that the amendment has led to higher costs for consumer banking, the elimination of debit card rewards and free checking account programs, and an increase in unbanked individuals. Additionally, compliance costs for community banks and credit unions have risen, and businesses with low to average sale amounts have seen their costs increase. The reality: research conducted by George Mason University revealed that small businesses have not experienced a reduction in interchange fees, and consumers have seen minimal savings. The real winners of the Durbin cap are large retailers and their investors, while lower-income families are the losers. Large retailers can negotiate lower merchant service charges, and their market dominance reduces the incentive to pass on savings to consumers. Small businesses have not seen their merchant discount rates decrease, limiting their ability to offer savings to consumers. Conclusion: the Durbin Amendment, a part of the Dodd-Frank Act, aimed to regulate interchange fees and promote competition in debit network routing. However, the reality is that small businesses have not benefited from lower fees, and consumers have seen limited savings. The amendment has resulted in higher costs for consumer banking, the elimination of rewards programs, and an increase in unbanked individuals. Ultimately, the winners of the Durbin cap are large retailers, while lower-income families bear the cost. Sources: cardfellow.com and a George Mason University research paper. As always, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel, All Things Money, to see more content like this.